Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 8th. So students, in the previous video we have completed reading with our last poem, that is poem number 7 from the book Honeydew. The name of the poem is On the Grasshopper and Cricket. So in this poem we have discussed so many things, so many literary devices, and now I am very much sure that the explanation part and all the literary devices, everything is clear to you all. And in today's video we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions, but first of all we will see the summary of the poem. So now let's start our today's video with the summary of the poem. The poem On the Grasshopper and the Cricket is a beautiful sonnet and a nature poem. So yes, we have discussed this thing also in the previous video, that this poem, that is On the Grasshopper and the Cricket, this poem is a beautiful sonnet, and we have discussed this term sonnet also. And at the same time this poem is a nature poem. Why? Because this poem actually presents so many beautiful elements from the nature, so many beautiful natural objects, or we can say the beauty of the nature. It is having 14 lines that are divided into 2 stanzas of 8 and 6 lines. So this poem is a sonnet. Why? Because this poem is having total 14 lines that are divided into 2 stanzas. In the very first stanza we are having 8 lines, and in the second stanza we are having 6 lines. So there are 2 stanzas of 8 and 6 lines, and you know, these 14 lines poem is known as a sonnet. In the poem, the poet expresses the beauty and the never-ending rhythm of the nature. And in the poem, or we can say throughout the poem, the poet was presenting this idea that, you know, the nature is very beautiful and it is having a never-ending rhythm. Okay, so yes, nature is having so many beautiful objects, and the song, the rhythm, or we can say the poetry of the nature is never-ending. In the summer season, all the birds are tired and weak due to the heat of the sun. Next, the poet was presenting summer season, and he was saying that, you know, when summer season is there, when, you know, bright sun is shining in the sky, then because of the heat, because of the high temperature, because of the hot sun, all the birds, they are tired, they are weak. And you know why? Because there is a very hot, bright sun that is shining in the sky. So they stop their sweet song and chirping sound. So because of that, you know, all the birds, they are very tired, they are very weak, so they are now not able to produce the melodious sweet song, they are not able to create the chirping sounds. Okay, to get some relief they hide under the shadow of the trees, and they just want to find some relief, and you know, for that now they are having the shelters where in the trees. Okay, so all the birds, they are hiding in the cooling trees when there is summer season, when there is the hot sun, when the sun is shining very brightly in the sky, and all the birds, they are not able to produce the chirping sound, they are not able to produce the sweet melodious music. At that time, the grasshopper takes the lead and responsibility to continue the poetry of nature. So at that time also, the song, the poetry, the rhythm of the music, you know, the rhythm of the music of the nature, that is there. How? Because now grasshopper is there, and grasshopper is a kind of insect that we have seen the picture also. So grasshopper now takes the lead, grasshopper now takes the responsibility to represent the music of nature, or we can say the music of earth. Its sound runs throughout the freshly mown meadows untiringly, and you know, grasshopper is there, and grasshopper, you know, moves hedge to hedge. Okay, and you know, through all the grasslands, through all the meadows, and all the meadows, they are looking also very beautiful, because very recently they are, you know, trimmed, and उनको बहुत ही symmetrically, you know, trim किया गया है, and the grasshopper, it is flying, you know, there it is flying, it is jumping, and it is singing in a very happy manner. It enjoys the season and jumps, spreading its sweet voice. And yes, grasshopper actually enjoys the summer season. It actually is having a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment in the summer season, and it is flying here and there, it is jumping here and there, and it is creating a very sweet music. Then the poet presents the winter season, and then we are having the second stanza, and in the second stanza the poet presents a different season, that is winter season. He says that during winter evenings everything is silent because of the frost everywhere. So now the poet is presenting one in winter evening, that is lonely winter evening, and at the same time that is silent winter evening. Why? Because there is frost everywhere, all the plants, trees, leaves, they are covered with the frost. But still the poetry of the earth continues, but in that extreme weather also poetry of earth is there, music of earth is still there. How? At that time loud and clear sound of the cricket is heard. So how in winter season the poetry of earth continues? Because now we are having this insect that is known as cricket, and cricket's sound is very loud and clear. So now cricket's song is there, that is very loud, that is very clear. This sound spreads warmth and happiness. Now this is the sound that is there, and this sound is increasing warmth in the winter season. This sound is increasing happiness. The people who are half asleep confuses the sound of the cricket to be the sound of the grasshopper. And then the poet is having this thing that all the people who are in their deep sleep, who are half lost, okay, so those people are confused. How? Because they are having this kind of confusion that that sound is of a grasshopper, but actually that sound is not of grasshopper, but that sound is of cricket. That music is produced by cricket insect. The poet wants to convey the message that nature is very beautiful always, and its beauty and poetry never ends, even in the extreme heat or cold weather. So finally we are having the message of this poem. So the message is that poet wanted to convey here is that nature is very beautiful always. Okay, so whatever season it is there, nature is always beautiful, nature is always having its poetry, nature is always having its song. Okay, even in the extreme heat or cold weather. So if it is very high temperature or it is very low temperature, still we are having the music, still we are having the song, or we can say the rhythm of nature. With this, the poet wants to give the message that one should always be happy every time, regardless of the conditions. So finally, the poet wanted to give some inspiration, some motivation, and he wanted to say that just like nature, we all human beings, we should always be happy in each and every situation, or we can say, every time, always we should be happy, regardless of the conditions. So whatever condition, whatever situation, whatever problem we are having, each and every time always we should be happy, we should be positive thinking should be there, and never ever we should lose our hopes. Okay, so this is the central idea, or we can say this is the summary of the poem. A very important message this poem is having, and I am very much sure that the explanation part, all the dictate devices and the summary, everything is clear to you all. And now let's discuss the question answers. The first question is, discuss the following definition of a poem. So now in this question we are having one definition of poem. We have to read this definition, then we have to discuss this definition. So let's see. A poem is made of words arranged in a beautiful order. These words, when read aloud with feeling, have a music and meaning of their own. So yes, this is one of the definition of poem, that what a poem is. A poem is made of words. Okay, definitely a poem is having some words that are arranged in a beautiful order. Why? Just to create effect, just to increase the rhythm, and all the words that are there in a poem, when these words are read aloud, and that too with feelings, then we all have a music and meaning of their own. Okay, so this is one definition of poem, and now we have to discuss this definition. We have to write our viewpoint, that what do we think about this definition of a poem. So students, you can write your own answer here, that what is your definition is of poem, or what do you think about this definition. So yes, you can write your own answer. So let's see how can we write. Very true. So yes, this definition is very true. Poetry is different from prose because it arranges best words in a musical order, and poetry is having a huge difference from prose, because in a poem, or we can say in poetry, the words, they are arranged in a very proper manner and they are arranged in a musical order. However, a poem being short, musical and interesting is easy to learn by heart and to remember for a long period. And all the poems that are short and that are having some musical effect and that are very interesting, so such poems are very easy to learn by heart and they are very easy to remember for a very long period of time. The words are beautifully arranged that enhances the meaning of the poem, and in a poem all the words, they are very beautifully arranged, they are arranged in a very beautiful manner. Why? Just to enhance the meaning of the poem. A musical poem always leaves a lasting impact on the minds and even in the hearts of the reader. And if the poem is having some musical effect, some musical rhythm is there, so such kind of poem always leaves a long lasting impact on the minds and even we can say in the hearts of the reader. So yes, a poem that is having some musical effect, so when we read that poem with feeling, so obviously we are having a long lasting impression in our mind, in our heart. Next question, the poetry of earth is not made of words, what it is made of as suggested in the poem. So in this question, first of all, we are having one statement. The statement is that the poetry of earth, it is not made of words, right? So basically जो poetry होती है उनमें क्या होते हैं, words होते हैं, but the poetry of nature, the poetry of earth, that is not made of words. So now the question is, then what this poetry is made of as suggested in the poem. So according to the poem, what are the things that are regarded as the poetry of the earth? If there are not words, then what are the things that actually create the poetry, the music of the earth as we are having in the poem? So that we have to write here. So let's see the answer. The poetry of earth is not made of words. So yes, this is a true thing that the poetry of earth, it is not having any words, but it is made of nature's element. But this song is created with the help of so many natural elements. The poetry of earth is made of the chirping of birds in trees and a grasshopper's sounds. They sing joyfully without a long break. So in the poem we have read about so many elements, like we are having the chirping sound of birds, we are having the sound, the music that is created by grasshopper, right? So these are some of the elements that actually create, that actually produce the music, the poetry of earth. Next question, find in the poem lines that match the following. So now we have some lines, we have to read these lines, then we have to pick out those lines from the poem that actually having the same meaning, the same idea. So let's see, the first one is, the grasshopper's happiness never comes to an end. So we have to find one line that matches with this line. So our answer is, he has never done with his delight. Delights means fun, enjoyment, or we can say happiness. So yes, when grasshopper is there in the summer season, so never ever he is fed up, never ever he is tired with the fun. Okay. Second line is, the cricket song has a warmth that never decreases. So again we have to find one line from the poem that is having the same meaning. So our answer is, the cricket's song in warmth increasing ever. So yes, so when cricket song is there in the winter season, then it increases the warmth, it increases the happiness. Next question, which word in stanza 2 is opposite in meaning to the frost? So now in this question we have to read the second stanza of the poem and then we have to find, then we have to pick out one word that is opposite of this word, that is the frost. So what is the opposite of frost? The word that is in the second stanza. So the answer is warmth, okay, because frost is there in the winter season and warmth is there, that is created by the song of cricket. So song of cricket increases the warmth in winter season. So yes, warmth is the word that is opposite of frost. Next question, the poetry of earth continues round the year through a cycle of 2 seasons. Mention each with its representative voice. So now again we are having one statement. The statement is that the poetry of earth continues round the year through a cycle of 2 seasons. So you know we are having many seasons, but basically we are having 2 major seasons, and with the cycle of these 2 seasons we are having 1 year. So now the question is that to mention each. So we have to mention each of the season, we have to mention both season with its representative voice. Okay, so when we are having one season, so what is the representative voice of that season, and we have to write the representative voice of second season also. So let's see how can we write our answer. The 2 major seasons in a year are summer and winter. So first of all we are writing the names of 2 major seasons that we are having. So yes, they are summer and winter. Both are rich in music. So according to the poem, both the seasons they are rich with music. In summer, the representative voice is that of the birds and the grasshoppers. So now first of all we are talking about summer season. So if summer season is there, so we are having the representative voice of the birds and of the grasshoppers. Okay, so yes, the music of birds is there, and when the birds are very weak, very faint because of the heat, because of the hot sun, then grasshopper is there to take the lead. Grasshopper is there to represent, you know, the music of earth, the music of nature. During summer season, the grasshopper hopes tirelessly and happily. That signifies the beautiful poetry of the earth. And you know, during the summer season, grasshopper actually hopes, it jumps tirelessly and in a very happy manner, in a very happy mood, and this thing signifies the beautiful poetry of the earth. In winter, the cricket is the prime singer, and now we are talking about winter season. So if winter season is there, then who is the prime singer, who is the representative? Now cricket is there to take the lead. Now cricket is the representative of the music, of the rhythm, of the poetry of the earth. Okay, so students, we have completed all the questions that we are having. It's a very interesting, very easy, but at the same time a very important poem that is having a very great message for all of us. I am very much sure that the poem, the explanation part, all the lecture devices and the question answers that we have discussed, everything is clear to you all. And in the next video we will start reading with our next chapter. See you in the next video. Thank you.